Now players add the map 000, the camp in the play area, and their respective heroes in any space they desire. Map tiles can be divided in up to 4 spaces shown by the center cross in each of them. The camp map has only 2 spaces, so each player decides to place their heroes in different spaces to make it easy to explore. The game is divided into 2 states, the exploration state and the combat state. Each side of a player action chip relates to one of those states. At the beginning of the game, on the camp map tile, there are no monsters, so all players must use their action chips on the exploration side. A game turn is divided into 2 phases that repeat until one of the game end conditions are met, the hero phase and the monster phase. While there are no monsters on the map, the monster phase is skipped. While on the hero phase, players decide who wants to go first. Each player then must discard 1 action chip per turn and perform the amount of actions listed in the center of the discard action chip. Let's break down the action chip anatomy. On the front side, everything is focused on combat. At the top, you'll see how many other chips can be linked to this one to build your combat skill. At the bottom, the chip shows the specific action you can perform while engaged in combat. The color indicates ownership. It matches a player's color, and if it's gray, any player can use it. Flip the chip over to reveal its exploration side. The symbols at the top represent the types of exploration actions you can perform. In the center, a number tells you how many exploration actions you have available. At the bottom, a symbol reminds you which action appears on the front side of the chip. In this game, your skills aren't predefined. You create them. When engaged in combat, you may spend 1 action chip as an action and link the amount listed on your base chip. On this example, you will move adding burn, creating a trail of fire when you pass. On another example, inflict bleed with your attacks, leaving your enemy suffering damage over time. When the moment is right, unleash a double strike to deal devastating damage in a single turn. With /link2, you can attack and add burn in both enemies by chaining up to 2 additional chips, creating seamless, powerful combos. Create your own skills. Let your imagination be your limit. In this example, the Death Knight player decided to discard one of his move action chips. The action chip says 2 plus the amount of awareness the player has. Since he has 1 point in his awareness attribute, he can perform up to 3 actions. With his first action, he decides to explore. To explore, draw 1 tile from the bottom of the map tiles pile and put adjacent from the space that the active player is. Add the tile and move the player 1 space to the new map. You can only perform an explore action when there's no monsters on the map. Each map is divided into 4 quadrants, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Once in a map, you can spend actions to further explore the quadrant your hero stands on. The illustration and the small description in the bottom gives the player hints about what he may encounter in that location. The map tile also has a tile number and a set icon on the top left to make it easy to sort it out when storing the game. In this example, the Death Knight player explored the Hollow Sanctum and the text reads, "The forest simply stops. Ancient stones, moss, silence that feels wrong. You almost miss the inscription carved into the nearest rock. Half buried, half forgotten. The Hollow Sanctum, you wish you hadn't found it." After reading the map description and carefully checking the art for clues and hints, he decides to spend his second action to further explore Q1 and the green glow coming from the doorway on the space he's in. When exploring a quadrant, you must open the scenario book of the adventure you are playing, in this case the Runebark Forest, and open the section of the map tile you are in the quadrant you want to read. In this example, the Death Knight is further exploring Q1 that reads, "The Watching Entrance," dominated by a ruined stone arch covered in creeping vegetation and moss. The stones are fragmented but still standing, forming a shadowed passage. To the left, a curved stone wall extends toward the corner. The ground is packed earth with uneven flagstones. A supernatural green light emanates from within the arch, suggesting something still active beneath the ruins. After reading the description where he's in, the book presents you with choices that you may interact with. The color of the choices are a hint of what type of challenges or choices you may encounter. You can choose any option, even if you have no skill points in that attribute. But the points you have will help you succeed in possible tests. In this example, since the player has skill points in awareness, he decides to inspect the watching entrance. To do that, just turn to the page number in front of the option and read the resolution. For this instruction video, we won't spoil the adventure, and we will leave for you to find out on your own.